Terrific. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Function and Flow. Hope you had a great day, great start to your day. Let's go ahead and get things going even better. Go ahead and pull yourself up against that wall, door, mirror, wherever you happen to be at. Lift your chin up a little bit above level, and right off the get-go, just smile. As soon as you smile, it seems like things just release. They just let go. Right off the bat, you feel those shoulders just dropping down into that back line. You can feel your pelvis releasing. You can feel everything just stacking up just right. And as you're doing that, I wanted you to go ahead and allow yourself just to grow a little bit taller. Feel yourself being lifted from the top of your head, elongating all the way through your body. Just letting things open on up for you. And as you begin breathing through your nose, deep down into your stomach, allowing yourself to create that wonderful chemical, nitric oxide. Allowing your veins, arteries, capillaries to open. Allowing more healing, health, oxygen, blood, nutrition to flow easily and naturally from one end of your body to the next. As you have yourself in this state, I want you to go ahead and think about 3 things that you're grateful for. 3 things that you're grateful for. They bring a smile to your face, joy to your heart. They just make everything worthwhile. Allowing yourself to feel that now, allowing that joy to fill you all the way on up. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves over to the mat and get things started for ourselves. Fantastic. Go ahead and keeping yourself. I'm actually going to need that chair for myself also. Yeah. If you don't mind grabbing up one more for yourself.
No, not at all.
Terrific. I'm going to put this off to the side here. Alright, guys. Go ahead and bring yourself to your mat. Pull yourself up nice and tall. Why don't you go ahead and check that posture. Bring yourself back to that same state that you were up against that wall, door, mirror, whatever it was. Find yourself nice, balanced, aligned. Continue to breathe in and out easily and naturally. Let's go ahead and bring your head forward and back. Nice and easy. You're starting to warm things up. And as you're doing so, you're looking to release those shoulders deep down into that back line. Just allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to let go. Go ahead and bring your head straight up. Bring it off to one side. And then the next. Releasing. Relaxing those shoulders more and more. Letting them go. The more that you can relax those shoulders, the easier it is for you to move your head in each direction. Let's go ahead and bring your head back on up to that neutral position. We'll bring it forward. Off to your left-hand side. Back. Right. Forward, and continue all the way through. And you can allow yourself just to relax more and more with each and every circle. Letting those shoulders relax down deeper, feeling that all the way through your back line. Letting everything relax. Let's just go ahead and switch directions. Bring it off to the opposite shoulder. Back, side, forward, and continue on through. Just beginning to release all those knots, all those snarls that we build up throughout our day. We use our body, right? We enjoy ourselves. Of course, we're going to have to take care of it. Terrific. Bring your head all the way up to a neutral position. Once again, reset that posture, shoulders rolling back, chin on up. Let that smile come across if you like. Then let those hands come on up. Bring the elbows underneath, shoulder blades back, and begin rotating those hands up and around. Now, as you're doing so, you want to make sure those shoulder blades stay set up against that back line, against your rib cage. And at the same time, you can open up through that shoulder capsule, into the joint, elongating from there, creating space. Allowing those muscles, tendons, ligaments to easily and naturally realign themselves. Reset. Fantastic. Let them come all the way down to our sides. Once again, check your posture. Where's the weight in your feet? Make sure it's straight down through. Go ahead, bring your hands directly up in front of you and begin rotating those wrists around and around. Now, as you're doing this, I want you just to go easy on yourself. Just allow that movement to occur as smoothly as you possibly can. Not forcing the issue. As a matter of fact, when you force it, you can get less mobility and less flexibility. Relax. Allow that just to occur for you. Go ahead and switch directions. Same time, noticing where's the weight on your feet. Did it bring you forward? Being able to easily and naturally shift back a little bit more onto your heels, counterbalancing all that. No need to put that stress, that strain on yourself for nothing. Just a couple of hands. Let's go ahead and start waving on out. Once again, just letting go. The looser that you can be, the better. Don't worry about the form. Just see how much you can actually just loosen up to those ribs, arms, forearms, wrists, palms, fingers, knuckles, and all the way up that other side. Let's go ahead and switch directions. Same thing. It's giving you an opportunity to look at it a little bit differently. Take a different perspective on things. Feel it in a different way. While at the same time, noticing all the ways that you are feeling good. Let's go ahead and bring those thumbs, pinkies together, thumb directly to the sternum, extending straight on out. Stretching out the outside of those forearms, hit those wrists, fingers, opening up those shoulder blades. Once again, checking where's your balance at, where's your weight at in your feet. Noticing how easily you can shift to just make everything easier. Let's go ahead and bring those palms directly out in front of you. Go ahead and take a moment and just let yourself expand. Let those hands open up a little bit more. Relax them. And then let them come on up above your head. Take a moment. Relax those shoulder blades down deep in that back line. Reset your pelvis. Let those shoulders drop. And then let yourself expand even taller. Resetting all those parts. Giving you more length, more flexibility, more ease. Putting everything in its proper place. When we start getting those knots and snarls, well, everything gets shorter, tighter. Go ahead and let your head just rock all the way back, taking that weight off of your shoulders. Feel that relaxation and maybe going all the way down that back line as you do so. If you like, you can even reach a little bit higher, expand a little bit more. You always have a little bit more in you. Be willing to discover that for yourself. Go and let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. And let's go ahead and bring ourselves down onto our mats on all fours. As you do so, I want you to go ahead and make sure to have those hands, those knees nice and wide apart. Go ahead, wiggle, squiggle, move yourself around. We're looking to just, once again, let things reset, realign. Give yourself space. Give yourself that time to do so. You know exactly what you need to do in this moment to allow yourself to feel good. Go ahead and do that. Terrific. Once you got yourself all situated, shoulders nice and wide apart. So you're keeping the shoulder blades on that back line while at the same time, once again, opening up that shoulder joint. Having that extension, go ahead and begin bringing those shoulders up to your ears. Back, down, forward, up again. And just continue all the way through, rotating, relaxing, letting yourself just sink on in. As you do so, you can also let your head hang all the way down. Our heads are 10 to 12 pounds. Normally, we're having to fight balance. They put all kinds of tension down our back when they're not in alignment, when they're not properly balanced. And at this time, you can use all that weight to lengthen your entire spine by just letting yourself relax. Let it hang. Let's go ahead and begin rotating the shoulders down, back, up, forward, and continue. Same time, once again, letting that head hang lower and lower. You can even move forward and back a little bit at this time if you like, whatever feels right for you. That's the most important part of this whole program. You listen to yourself. Do what allows you to feel good. Let's go ahead and hold on for a moment. Bring those hands in a little bit closer so they're directly underneath the shoulders. Once you have that, begin rocking forward and back on those wrists. Warming up. Hands, fingers, through that wrist, forearm, all the way up shoulder, down that spine. Even letting your hips go, letting yourself move more and more. Being aware of exactly what your limitations used to be. Recognizing and realizing that you can always go a little bit further. You can always relax just a little bit more. You can always sink in a little bit deeper. Let's go ahead and begin rotating around in a circle. Either direction, no matter. And as you're doing so, let that head hang. Let yourself go through that full circle, letting your spine get into it. Feeling it all the way down through your hips, thighs, knees, all the way down to your very soles. You can't do one thing physically, mentally, emotionally that doesn't affect you in every other aspect of who you are in some way. Let's go in reverse directions. Reverse the fact that we used to let ourselves just go haphazardly. We we didn't realize how we were affecting ourselves. And take more control over your life. Be more mindful throughout your day. Recognizing and realizing that you do have control. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves back onto our knees slightly. Go ahead and turn those hands around so the fingers are pointed back towards you. Then bring yourself back down onto your palms or whatever feels comfortable. Once again, listen to yourself. We all have different physical capabilities. We all have our own strengths, our own weaknesses, places we need to build up, open up, places where we can go so much further than we used to. I want you to be the kind of person right now that realizes that you're not stuck with how you are in this moment, that everything changes. You're a person that's flexible in your thinking and in your body. You enjoy getting healthier. You enjoy feeling happy. Let's go ahead and bring our weight back onto our knees. Put those hands over to the back side, skinny in the wrist there. Only putting enough weight on yourself, not pressure, enough weight to allow things to open up, to allow those wrists to move in a multitude of different directions. Go ahead and bring yourself back onto your palms, onto all fours, and you're going to let your back just rise on up into that cat position. Coming on up, I don't want you to force it, just come to right where it feels natural, right where it feels good. Then go ahead and begin breathing through your nose, deep down into your stomach. Feel it expand, feel it grow. Feel yourself opening up. Feel yourself rising, lifting, growing. Once again, it's not pressure that you're putting on yourself, it's allowance. You're opening yourself up in the best possible way. Let that head hang all the way down now, feeling all those vertebrae, all those muscles of your neck just elongating, lengthening, opening up. That continues down through the shoulders, mid-back, lower back, hips, all the way through your thighs. Breathe in, grow a little bit more, lift. Allow yourself that much more freedom. And as you breathe out, let yourself come down into that cow position. Chin on up, shoulder blades together, big old arch in your tailbone. Breathing into those hips, letting your stomach relax more and more. If you like, let a grin, smile come across your face. It's up to you. And just notice that as you do so, things once again change. Everything gets that much easier. The easiest possible thing you could do. Go ahead and take a nice breath in. Breathe. Allow yourself to rise once again into that cat position. Noticing all that space that you've created for yourself. How things do get higher. How you do feel better. You feel more freedom inside of you. You feel more confident about yourself and how you can move through your world. You find more and more balance coming into your days, into your life. Go ahead, breathe in again. Let yourself rise. Let yourself feel all of that wonderful health. And as you breathe out, let yourself come back down into that cow position. Arching your back, chin on up. Let a smile come across if you like. It's up to you. Letting things settle in deeper and deeper. The shoulder blades coming together, that arch in your back more and more. Feeling those hips as they open on up for you. Breathe in, open, expand. Breathe out. Let go of any of the tension that used to hold you back. You have a choice. Go ahead, breathe in. Bring yourself back into a neutral position. And then we're going to bring ourselves into foot circles. So you're going to flip over onto your back. You're going to extend your right leg to start. We're going to go ahead and we're going to tighten that right thigh. The right toes are going to be pointing up towards the ceiling. Laying down on your back, you're going to take your pelvis and actually scoop it in underneath you, bringing your lumbar down flat onto the floor. Bring your shoulder blades directly underneath your chest as well, underneath your rib cage. Bring your left knee towards your chest, reaching down, up and around, creating a right angle with that thigh and shin. You can go ahead and begin rotating that left foot. As you're doing so, I want you to imagine a perfect circle. Perfect circle. And all you're doing is allowing a laser to shoot out of your toe, out of your big toe. I know, huh? And it just traces that circle so easily, so naturally. You're not thinking about what's happening with that foot. You're just simply imagining that circle. seeing yourself tracing around and becoming more and more perfect. You can even imagine what color that circle is. And as you do so, things just seem to loosen up. You start to feel better and better. You know you're taking care of yourself in a way that's of utmost importance. You're taking care of the part of you that actually supports you all day long. Let's go in reverse directions. Those ankles are like a circuit breaker, where they meet between the ground and between the rest of the body, absorbing so much shock all throughout the day. And the more that you can open it up, like right now, the easier it is for you to move. The more balanced you are, the more in alignment you are, the easier, the smoother you move throughout your day. We're going to let that left leg come on down. We're going to straighten it out all the way. Once again, tighten that left thigh. The toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. Scoop your pelvis in underneath. Bring the lumbar down flat. Bring your shoulder blades underneath the rib cage. The right knee comes up towards your chest. You reach down, up and around, creating that right angle, and begin rotating that right foot. Once again, that circle appears there for you. You see that laser beam where you're just totally interconnected with that circle, guiding that foot around, and it just continues to grow and grow. You don't even have to do anything. It just simply guides you right through that perfect circle. As you do so, you can go ahead and scan the rest of your body. Your hips, relax, let go. Lower back, let it sink down into the floor. Shoulders, neck, head, face. Let go of any tension that you feel in your face. All we're doing is spinning a foot around, and yet we still do it. No need to waste your energy. No need to create more tension. Relax. And as you do so, notice what happens to that foot as we switch directions. How easily and naturally it can just roll around, learning its lessons. How to move correctly, properly, easily, naturally throughout your day. Taking care of you, guiding you, supporting you with compassion, with care. Once again, breathing in, scanning the rest of your body, letting go, letting yourself sink deeper and deeper. Peace, relaxation, comfort. Go ahead and let that right foot come on down to your bottom. We're going to bring that left foot in towards your bottom. Once again, scoop the hips in underneath, shoulders underneath as well. And then let your knees drop off to either side into frog pose. Now right off the get-go, you can go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath you one more time. Bring that lumbar closer to the floor. Noticing that your thighs can open up, that your hip flexors across the front of your pelvis actually relax. You give yourself more space. More space to heal, more space to feel good, more space to create freedom and health. Relax and let go. Give yourself this time to just open all the way on up. To recognize and realize that you don't need to hold yourself back in any way. That the more that you can just let yourself go, relax, the better everything becomes. I know we can all think about plenty of ways that we held ourselves back throughout our lifetimes. Too many times, and we wish we'd done that other thing. And as you think about that now, you can realize that was a lesson of sorts. That recognizing how you felt then, how you feel about it now, then that the next time that you have a choice to do differently, to take care of yourself, to ensure that you make the right choice for you. Just like you're making the right choice to take care of yourself in this moment. Go ahead, relax a little bit more. Let those thighs go. Let yourself sink a little bit deeper. Go ahead. You make the choice. And the more you choose your health and your well-being, the easier it comes. The more it comes flooding into your life. The more that you choose to focus in on that rather than anything other. Go ahead and bring those knees back on in together. Scoop that pelvis underneath. Allow the knees to come towards your chest. Wrap your arms up and around. Give yourself a big old hug. Feel that lower back opening up. Feel yourself opening up. Breathe deep down into your lower back. Feel that expansion. And as you breathe out, relaxing. Let's go ahead and bring those hands in between your knees, grabbing the outside of your feet. Pulling yourself back into happy baby. Opening up that lower back, or choosing to pull your legs this way and that. It's up to you. You know, it's time to bring yourself to your why. Why are you here? What do you want to gain from this? How do you want to feel when you walk out of this room? How do you want to feel as you walk through the rest of your day, doing all the things that you enjoy, and even the things that you don't necessarily, and at the same time, knowing that you've created a strong foundation for yourself. You've set yourself up in just the right way to make things as easy as possible. Physically, mentally, emotionally, you have the tools, you have the capability. And even now, as you continue to open yourself up more and more, physically, mentally, emotionally, setting yourself up in just the right way, you can let yourself feel good. Feel good as you bring those feet back down to your bottom. Extend your hands out to either side. Go ahead and scoot that pelvis and extend your right leg out straight. Once you have that for yourself, extend it a little bit further. Open up that hip joint, creating space for things to realign. Having that for yourself, let's slowly bring that right foot over towards your left hand. Slowly. Any place you feel any tightness, tension, hitches, glitches, go even slower. Breathe into it and let things settle in. Let things realign. Giving yourself an opportunity, a chance. And if you want to go deeper, turn your head off to the right hand. Feel your spine twisting. Feel yourself being wrung out, releasing all that stagnation. All the things that you no longer have to hold on to. Well, blood, oxygen, nutrition, and all the different things that move through our body. Move through our thoughts, feelings. Feel yourself releasing those right now. You can go even a little bit deeper if you care to. It's all up to you. You can extend that right leg a little bit further off to the left-hand side, your right arm a little bit further to the right. Your gaze a little bit more that direction. It's all up to you. Whatever you're ready for now. Let's go ahead and bring that leg back down on through, nice and easy. Once again, give it that time. Give it the time it needs. Bring it back on up to your bottom. Extend your left leg out long and lean. Once again, scoot that pelvis underneath. Open up that hip a little bit more. And then let that left leg come over towards your right hand. Take your time. You've chosen this time for your healing, your health, your happiness. Utilize it as much as you want to. Use it to your best. Turn your gaze off to your left hand if you want even more. Bring that spine out, that hip, thigh, shoulder. Any place that you choose to relax now. Go ahead. Your choice. We always have choice. Breathe in. Extend. Feel yourself opening on up. Knowing that you're creating so much health, happiness, joy inside of you. Let that left leg come on down through, nice and easy. Once again, no need to rush. Not a race. Let it come back on up to your bottom. Extend your right leg out. Let it come off to the left. Go at your own rate and speed. Do what you know that you need to do. Listen to yourself. We all need to listen to ourselves more often. Being aware of what's important to you. What does make you feel happy? What does make you feel healthy? Far too often we put all that onto someone else. We give away our own power, our own ability to heal, to be happy. Trusting in someone else that doesn't even know who you really are, what your life has been like, what you've been through, all the joys that you've had, all the strengths, and all the places that you're ready to just feel better. Finding things loosening up, opening more and more, feeling that hip opening up. Go ahead and bring both of those feet back on into your bottom. Once again, scoop that pelvis, shoulder blades underneath. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Give yourself another big hug. Feel yourself up, opening more and more. Everything loosening up. And you begin rocking forward and back. Bring your knees, your feet up over your head. Moving in any way that gives you the kind of foundation that you want, that you need, that you desire for your daily life. For the things you're going to do today, tomorrow, a month from now, a year, a decade from now. The choices that you make right now, the health, the well-being that you bring into your life, into your body, into your thoughts, create waves that just continue on and on and on. And it's not just you that you're affecting, but everybody else that's around you. Every other life that you touch in some way. Your happiness, your joy. Talk about a virus that needs to be spread. Go ahead and begin rocking forward, back, faster, faster. Build up that energy, opening up that spine, and then going ahead and rocking all the way on up into a sitting position. Alright, go ahead and grab yourself a drink of water, and we'll continue on. Guys. We'll go ahead, we'll bring ourselves behind our chairs. You'll bring your right foot forward. Your left knee is going to come right in behind that right heel. Right off the get-go, you're going to scoop that pelvis in underneath, making sure that everything's stacked right on top of each other. Lift your chin up above, a little bit above level, and smile. Just go ahead and let it blossom. And as you do, you can allow the shoulders just to relax down and back, just allowing things to let go that much easier, that much more naturally. We're going to keep an arch in our back, our chin on up slightly as we extend on up into a triangle position, keeping that arch, letting that chair slide forward, letting your chest come down in between your shoulders. Once you've gotten into that position, let your left hip come forward, your right hip go back, away, squaring your hips off to your shoulders. Once you're in that position, let it continue on. Let those hips continue to move, knowing that once you've set things in motion, things can just continue without near as much effort, without any kind of pressure, just simply allowing it to happen. Settling in deeper and deeper, letting yourself just open on up. Good, breathe in, and as you breathe out, go ahead and let go of the back of that chair, bring yourself down into runner stretch, letting that left foot slide back behind. Take a moment to bring those shoulders back into the back of your rib cage. Lift that chin up as high as you can, your eyes as high as you can. Smile. Let everything just open on up. Keep those eyes up. Our bodies follow wherever we look. The higher you bring those eyes up, the more you expand them, the more your body will follow suit. The more freedom, the more health you create in your body, the more space you open up to breathe easily and naturally. Feeling things opening up more and more for you right now. Just go ahead and take a moment. Bring that left shoulder blade deep down into the back of the rib cage. Then let that left hip come in underneath, looking over your right knee. Getting into that IT bend, all to those ribs, obliques, hip, thigh, knee, all the way down to your very soul. Opening up that whole side of your body, keeping your chin up as much as you can. The more that you let yourself just collapse, the less that you're going to benefit yourself. Open your body up. Give it that space that it's asking for, that it wants, that it needs. Give yourself that space that you want and need. Go ahead and bring yourself back into runner stretch. Straighten out your right knee. Keep your back up as you rotate to the left. Lock your knees out, then let your back come on down. By going ahead and setting up that lower extremity first, then putting the pressure, the tension on it, We're able to do that easily. If we'd waited in the first place, been bent over, it would have already created so much tension, it would have been a lot more difficult to achieve. Set yourself up right for success. Go ahead and put a bend in your knees. Bring your hands out up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a safe position. Let your feet turn outwards, letting that pelvis continue forward. Bring that chin up nice and high. Smile. Smile. And as you do so, notice those shoulders relaxing deeper. That pelvis coming in more. Bring yourself all the way back on up to a safe position. Letting those feet come back on in together. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and switch. Bring yourself back to behind that chair again. Left foot forward. Right knee back in behind that left heel. Scoop that pelvis in underneath, stacking everything up properly. Lift that chin up a little bit higher. Smile. It's the easiest thing to do to relax. It really is. Having that for yourself. Go ahead and extend both of those legs up in that triangle. And then let the chair slide forward. Letting that right hip come forward towards your right shoulder. Left hip back away from that left shoulder. Sink on in. Deeper and deeper. Easier and easier. Knowing that once again, when you just allow it to happen now, your body shifts in all kinds of wonderful ways. Let's go ahead and breathe in, and as you breathe out, release the back of that chair. Bring yourself down into runner stretch. Your right foot sliding back and behind you. Go ahead and bring the shoulder blades deep in that back line. Lift your chin up nice and high. Let's again smile. And let your shoulders roll back even more so. Let your front line of your body open up. Your abdominals, your hip flexors, thigh, knee, all the way through. Lift that chin up a little bit higher. Look up. It's up to you to feel better. Now, go ahead and take a moment. Reset that right shoulder blade deep down into the rib cage. Bring your right hip in underneath, looking over your left knee. Once again, getting into that IT bend all the way down through, releasing that hip flexor, that thigh, knee. So often we have pain in our knees, dis-ease in our knees. And it's just because that IT band has gotten so tight, it pulls that whole hip, that whole leg out of place. It creates tension. Nothing to be fearful of. It's just simply a matter of letting things go. Putting things back into their proper place. Allowing yourself to heal. Let's go ahead and bring yourself back into that runner stretch. Then we're going to go ahead and extend that left leg, keeping that back up. Once again, rotate off to your right side. Lock your knees out, then let your torso drop down through. Set yourself up for success. Breathing in, feeling your back opening up, letting go. You can take your right hand, go ahead and bring it on over to your left foot. Opening at that right side of your ribs. Those adductors, your groin, any place that you're ready to just let go now. As a matter of fact, breathe in. And as you breathe out, reach a little bit further. Go a little bit further. We always have more in us. It's just what you're willing to do. What you choose to say to yourself. What you choose to experience. Let's go ahead and take that left hand, bring it slowly, easily over to your right side, opening up through. Once again, those left ribs, thighs up. Yourself. Breathe on in. Feel those hips, that side opening up. And as you breathe out, let yourself reach once again a little bit further. You always have more to you. You can go farther. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, bring yourself all the way to a neutral position. Discover all that space that you created in that lower back. All that extension. All that freedom. Relax. Go ahead and put a slight bend in your knees. Hands on up to your hips, leading with your chin. Bring yourself all the way on up to a staying position. Let those feet turn outwards. The pelvis continues forward. Let those shoulders roll back. Chin on up. Smile. Let yourself open up that much more, all the way to that front line. A simple smile can go so far. Go ahead, breathe all the way on up. Bring yourself all the way on up. Walking those feet on in together. Terrific. Go grab a drink, guys. Woo! Alright, you guys are doing great. Absolutely wonderful. Let's go ahead and continue on. We're going to walk ourselves down, bring ourselves out into downward dog. Once you're out here, I want you to imagine 100 balloons just tied to your tailbone, lifting you higher and higher. Feeling yourself taking the weight off your hands, even coming up onto your toes. Feeling yourself lifting in the most wonderful way. Your shoulder blades roll onto the back of your rib cage as much as you can. Let your head come down in between those arms. Feel more of an arch in that lower back, extending, lifting higher and higher. Imagine a second set of balloons tied between your shoulders as you come forward into a plank position. Let your elbows roll in, ride those elbows all the way down. Reposition those shoulders deep down into the back line. Then come up into that cobra. Taking that moment to open up those shoulders, reset them first, set you up for success, opens you up deeper. Go ahead and turn those knees slightly outwards to open up that pelvis, letting it sink down even deeper. Then bring your gaze out to your right hand side, over to your left, forward, all the way on up. Bring yourself all the way down, reset those knees, activate your core, and rise back on up in the downward dog. Those balloons double each and every time. Every breath you take in, those balloons get bigger and bigger. Every breath you let out, you release all the tensions, all the pressure, all the things that are holding you down. Feel lighter, relax. Let's come forward into that plank position. Let those elbows come in, right and down to the ground. Hands deeper, shoulders deeper, rise on up into that cobra. Let that chest come forward, open up those knees, let that pelvis open up as well. Bring your gaze up to your right hand side, over to your left, forward, all the way on up. Bring yourself all the way back down to neutral position. Reset those knees, activate your core, rise back on up in the downward dog. Chest deep down in between those shoulders. Let's go and continue on. Stepping forward with our right foot up to our right hand. Our left foot rotates. Our right hip comes in underneath to support us. We bring our hands back, the shoulder blades coming together, activate your core, and rise on up into Warrior One. Right off the get-go, relax those shoulders. Let them sink down deeper. Bring your gaze up higher, which in turn opens up your body. If you like, you can let that left foot slide back a little bit further, sinking even deeper into that front leg. It's up to you. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and dive down on through, back down to that cobra. Remember, reset those shoulder blades deep in the back, then rise on up. Fantastic. Rising back on up in the downward dog, lighter and lighter, more and more balloons. Imagine all those colors, shapes, sizes. Let's step forward with that left foot to left hand. Right foot rotates. Left hip comes in underneath to support your body. Hands back, shoulders together. Activate your core. Rise on up into Warrior One. Once again, relax those shoulders down nice and deep. Let your chin come up. Smile. Thus, as you smile, things just blossom even more. Go ahead, dive back down into that cobra. Reset those scapula nice and deep in the back line. Letting that chest come on up through. We're going to continue on. Rising back on up in the downward dog. Stepping forward with our right foot to right hand. Left foot rotates. Right hip comes in underneath. Hands back, activating your core. You rise on up into Warrior One. Relax. Let go. We move into Warrior Two. Once again, the scapula coming down deep in that back line. Once again, also, you can sink even deeper if you like. You choose. Flip that front hand, bring it to the right side of your head. Letting that shoulder blade rise the back of the rib cage. Don't let it come forward, let it go back. Relax. Let it sink in. Good, bring your right elbow down onto your right thigh. We're going to pull the right ear away from that right shoulder. Lift yourself up, create that space. Then let that left hand rise up to the ceiling. Imagine yourself holding all those balloons now, and they just lift you higher and higher, extending all the way through those left ribs. Everything becoming easier and easier. Let your right hand come down to the ground, stacking both of those arms, one on top of another. Let your left shoulder roll back, your left hip roll back. Bring your gaze even further back. Breathe in. As you breathe out, your left hand comes up, over, and reaches forward. Feel that extension all the way down the left side of your body. Open on up those hips. Take a breath in, bring yourself back into Warrior Two. Let's flow on through. All the way back down into Cobra. Shoulder blades deep, then rise. Great job, guys. Other side. Rise back on up into Downward Dog. Stepping forward with that left foot to left hand. Right foot rotates. Left hip comes in underneath to support. Reaching back, shoulders together. Activate your core. Rise on up. Shoulder blades just relax. Deep. Moving into Warrior Two. Same thing. Shoulder blades coming down deep in that back leg. You can even drop a little bit more into that front leg, back leg, whatever you like. Flip that front hand. Bring yourself into reverse warrior. Coming to the left side of your head. Scapula deep into that back line. Then let's go ahead and bring that left elbow onto our left thigh. Pull that left ear away from that shoulder. Let that right hand rise on up to the ceiling. Feel all that extension to that right side. Breathe. Breathe. Fantastic. Let that left hand come down to the ground, stacking one on top of the other. Bring your gaze up to the ceiling as high as you can. Let that right shoulder roll back, right hip roll back. Open yourself on up. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, that right hand comes up and forward. Open up that right side, get that extension. Right hand, right foot pulling apart from each other. Activate your core, come all the way back on up into Warrior Two. Let's flow on through, all the way back down into Cobra. Reset the shoulders, deep. Each and every time, more and more of your chest coming through. All right, let's speed things up, guys. Rise back on up into Downward Dog. Right foot comes forward to the right hand. Left foot rotates. Shoulders back. Activate your core. Rise on up into Warrior One. Moving into Warrior Two. Shoulders nice and deep. Flip. Reverse. Right hand down to the ground. Left hand comes forward. Activate your core all the way back into Warrior Two. Ride all the way through. Back down into Cobra. Shoulders deep. Wonderful. Rising back on up into Downward Dog. Left foot forward to left hand. Right foot rotates. Left hip comes underneath. Shoulders back. Activate your core. Rise on up. Open on up. Moving into Warrior Two. Shoulders deep. Flip. Reverse. Left hand down to the ground. Forward hand extended. Activate your core. Bring yourself all the way back on up into Warrior Two. Straighten up that front leg. Come on up and out of it. All right. Great job, guys. Grab a drink.
I believe the thing. I know it's kind of weird that I think
Got Mace back there for you? Alright, guys. Doing a great job today. So we're going to continue on. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get into our gluteal contraction. I'll go ahead and I'll put some air for this. So once again, what we're looking to do is to activate our lower glutes to be able to reset our pelvis to get scooped in underneath. We've been through this a number of times, and at the same time you realize that the more sitting, driving, everything else that we do, the more that our pelvis actually comes tilted out of place, putting more pressure on that lower back. By doing these gluteal contractions, we're looking to scoop the pelvis into that neutral position, let everything sit properly, taking the weight, the stress, the pain off of that lower back, letting everything else go as well. So what we're going to be doing, 5 gluteal contractions. Get yourself into that strong posture, the state that you were in before. Have yourself nice and well balanced. Go ahead for 1. Tucking that pelvis in underneath, just tugging at that lower glute. And relax. 2, as you do so, really relax those muscles across the front, your hip flexors. You want to let those go so that your hips actually rotate out and around. Relax. 3, feeling things become more and more set, relaxing the shoulder blades down deep in the back end as well. Relax. 4, relax. And 5. Tightening on up, locking into place, and letting go. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move ourselves into pendulum. So what you're going to be doing, get yourself right back into that warrior stance. So basically what we're doing is pushing the feet down and out, activating the hamstrings, making sure the pelvis is underneath, activating the core, letting the shoulders relax nice and back, keeping that chin up a little bit above level. You're going to go ahead and keep that stance, and you grab your mace. You're going to bring it close up against your body, keeping as much of that solid foundation as possible. Once you got it up, go through that checklist again. Make sure the pelvis is set, core activated. Get that chin on up, and then go ahead and allow that mace to start swinging side to side. As you do so, you want to relax the shoulder blades and your hands as much as possible. Let them go deeper and deeper. It's as if you're reaching for that scratcher in between your shoulder blades. The more that you can get those hands down in there, the more that your shoulders are going to relax, release, reset. Breathe on into it. Go right ahead. Terrific. Let's bring you to a standstill. Once again, tuck your pelvis, core, bring your chin up. Then go ahead and pull the mace in towards the back of your head, opening up your elbows to either side. Really opening up that chest for yourself. Breathing in nice and deep. And relax. Wonderful. Go ahead and reach down and around. Let that mace come down and through. Reestablish that posture for yourself. We're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the mace back up. This time, take the handles on top, bring it to the bottom, bottom top. Get it up and around. Reset. Wonderful. Hands, shoulders, feet. Then allow that mace to just go side to side. Once again, it's like you're reaching for that scratch, that itch right in between the shoulder blades. Let those hands and shoulder blades come deeper and deeper. Knowing that by doing so, you're relaxing, you're releasing that whole back line down your body. Just like that string analogy, you're not any place in our body, snarl any place in us. Hold ourselves back in a multitude of different ways. Let that mace come to a standstill. Lift your chin up a little bit higher, then pull that mace in. Extend those elbows on out. Open yourself on up. Feel that extension even down into that pelvis. The whole front line opening up more and more. And relax. Bring that mace down on through. All right, great job. We're going to go ahead. We're going to move into squats. Now, as we're doing so, you want to make sure that you're keeping that chest up as much as possible. You're keeping your weight down through those heels. So that as you lower, rather than coming forward, putting stress on your back, you're keeping it up, letting all that weight, gravity, come straight down through your heels, keeping all the pain and disease out of your knees as well. Much, much better way to go through things. So, pulling yourself up into that warrior stance as we were right up at the beginning, keeping that chin on up, shoulders back, let them come back. Big, big part of this. Doing so, let's go. Let ourselves come slowly down into it. Keep that chin up, that chest up. Push through the heels, pushing the pelvis forward, and switch. Let's take one more moment. As we come up, those gluteal contractions that we just did, I want to remind you, we're using that same action to actually lift ourselves up as we're doing these squats. So when you're coming from this position up, you're actually driving your pelvis forward up, which actually brings you into that same position, rather than driving through the knees. These muscles are much bigger than that little bit that we got from that front end. All right? So let's go ahead. Everyone's up to the left. Terrific. Pull yourself back up into that stance. Let yourself come on down through, keeping that weight down into those heels, pushing on up. Wonderful. Switching the mace off to the other side. Let yourself come down on through. And switch. Wonderful. Now when you come up, I want you to keep those glutes activated all the way through. Keep them tight, keep it tight. Let yourself come down through, release. Drive it forward, tighten them up, activate, keep it activated, release. Let yourself come down through. Find that pattern, find that rhythm for yourself. Find how long you can keep yourself supported until you're just ready to let everything go. Let yourself settle on into that movement as easily and naturally as you can. Let's go do a couple more here. Last one right here. Wonderful. And relax. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and put the maces off to the side. Let's bring ourselves down to the floor. We're going to be doing a 3-minute plank here. So we're going to be doing a variety of movements as we go through it. Yeah, make sure your maces are off and away from you. Let me get the timer pulled up for ourselves. So go ahead and find yourself a place, find yourself a space. We'll be going through a variety of positions here. If you ever need to modify, if you ever have something that you know would be working out better for you, do it. Listen to yourself, all right? Terrific. Get yourself ready in the raise step position and bring yourself all the way on up into plank. Wonderful. Right off the get-go, just finding that position that feels right for you. At the same time, go ahead and imagine those balloons coming right back in between those shoulder blades. Finding yourself lifting easier, higher, feeling lighter and lighter. Every breath you breathe in, everything just seems to let go. You seem to be able to just sink on in that much deeper. Let's begin rocking forward and back. Feeling that stretch, that extension all the way through that back line. Making sure to keep that core activated. Keep those hips a little bit higher. Don't let your stomach sag at all. And breathe. Always breathe. You can always breathe. Through your nose, deep down into your stomach. Find the more that you do so, the more you can relax. Let's go ahead and come up on that right hand. Our left hand reaches to the ceiling of that side plank. Extend as much as you can. Open up those shoulders as much as you can. Imagine the balloons pulling you higher and higher. Let's go ahead and switch. Our left hand coming down to the ground. Our right hand reaching on up. Feel that strength. Feel that foundation. Pulling you higher and higher once again. Switching out. Make sure you breathe all the way through this. Keep yourself open. If you can keep that chin up, even better. You're keeping that length, that relaxation to the back line. Switching out. You get them. You got this. Once again, it's all about stacking all the parts. The more you can stack it the right way, the better you'll be. Bring yourself all the way back onto both hands. Take yourself down onto your elbows. In this position, we're going to go ahead and begin that sawing motion forward and back. In that stretch all through that back line. Breathe. Breathe all the way through. You got this, guys. Easily and naturally. You set yourself up for it in just the right way. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves back on with our hands, keeping those hips as stationary as possible. We're going to be going up, up, and down, down. As you do so, once again, keep as little movement as possible in the body. Switching out hands each time. Fantastic. We're almost there, guys. You get them. All right, last few seconds. Find a position that you want to just hang out in. Go right ahead. Let yourself settle on in, nice and deep. Breathe. Only a few more seconds. You got it. Imagine those balloons. Imagine whatever just allows you to feel light and happy in this moment. Feeling that thinking, like, go ahead and relax. Let yourself sink on in. Bring yourself all the way down into child's pose. Knees nice and wide apart, just stretching on forward. Wonderful. Go ahead and bring yourself all the way back on up to your knees. We're going to go ahead, we're going to flip over onto our backs on our mats. We're going to go into hip extensions. So what you're going to do, you're going to come onto your back, shoulder blades in underneath. You're going to bring your heels in nice and tight up against your bottom. We're going to go ahead, we're going to be using that lower glute to lift ourselves up into that extension. As you do so, you want to keep out of that lower back. We're looking to activate the glutes as much as possible. Also, keep your weight more back on your heels, which ensures that you get it down that back line. You come up on your toes and start putting it right into those knees. Alright? Preparing yourself. And rise on up. Feeling yourself on your heels, extending all the way up full. And relax, letting you come on down through. Take a moment to go ahead and reset the shoulder blades deep underneath your ribcage. So they're right behind you. Bring them in nice and tight together. Having that for yourself, let's go ahead and rise. Once again, use those glutes to rise on up. Feel that extension. Feel it all through your thighs, your hips. Letting things open up, pushing higher and higher, and relax down on in. Fantastic. Once again, rise on up. Use those glutes to project. Feel a stretch in your thighs, not using that to open you up. Coming in from that back line, extending more and more. And relax all the way down. Doing great. Let's continue on. Rising on up. Keeping that weight back on those heels. Letting those hips move on out. Getting more and more extension. Relax. I want you to lift yourself higher and higher each and every time. Go ahead. Lift on up. Go a little bit higher. Extend, open up to that front line. Find any place that you're able to. And then relax. Let yourself sink all the way down in. One more time. Lifting, extending. Rising higher and higher. And relax all the way down. I want you guys go ahead and just settle on in for a moment. I got something real quick that I want to share with you. You know, I know that a piece that I've been adding to the puzzle lately, it's all about smiling, right? Look how easy it is. You just smile and everything gets better. And we all know it's actually the truth. Things do get better when we choose to smile. We feel it in our body, we feel it in our thoughts, our emotions. It's a great thing. And I've been making it sound really, really easy. And I'll be honest, that's kind of a pile of BS. I know there were years, decades of my life where that smile was one of the most difficult things that I could do. A genuine smile. A smile where I felt that happiness, that real joy, that relaxation permeate out throughout my body. And it may be that you've had that time in your life as well, where a smile just didn't come that easy. It didn't feel authentic. It wasn't real. There was other things that were weighing on you, holding you down, keeping your focus on directions that wasn't necessarily beneficial for you. And that same thing, things change. We change. You can even notice all the changes that you've just begun to experience in this class, this program, what you did today. Notice how much more comfortable you are, how much more relaxed, how much more open, how much more freedom you created for yourself. Your thoughts, your feelings, the way that you move through your world, the balance, the alignment that you brought to yourself. Things change. I used to not think that it could, that it would. Why bother? Why am I wasting my time? But things change. I came to realize that. That's why I enjoy sharing all the things that we do in here, because each and everything that we're doing, it adds to you, it benefits you in some shape or form. Being willing to take a new perspective on things, to look at things in a different way, to feel it in a different way. That's where real change happens. Realize that you don't have to be stuck, that you're not stuck the way that you used to be. We've all been stuck. We're still stuck in some ways. Just greasing up those cogs, loosening up the wheels, letting things come back into motion again. And those are the right kind of emotions. The ones that support you, benefit you, carry you throughout your day, allow you to think clearly and more easily. That's what all this really comes down to, is just releasing all the tensions, all the pressures we put on ourselves, all those knots, all the snarls, and instead choosing to think about all the yeses, all the ways that things do get better. Get happy. You may come through a dance, talking with a good friend, taking a walk, a hike. It doesn't matter. Choose to focus in on your joy and let go of all the things that we've been wasting our time with. I think we're all through wasting time. You chose this time for your health, your well-being, for your happiness, for your joy. Use it wisely. You're all wise beyond your years. You've all learned your lessons. We've all learned our lessons. Time to apply it. Time to let yourself really smile. It's your choice. Taking some nice deep breaths in, breathing into your chest, abdomen, whatever feels right for you. Go ahead and let yourself start moving back and forth. Stretching, opening yourself on up. Whenever you're ready, opening up your eyes, opening up your body, coming back to a sitting position. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We're done. All right. So once again, any questions, comments, always feel free to ask me. If you're watching this video, I hope that you had a great time today. Keep on doing it. I'll keep on coming back. Aloha.
Aloha.
Aloha.